colleagues, distinguished dignitaries, council members, ICHR, eminent faculty, distinguished participants from Japan and India. On behalf of ICHR, it is my great pleasure and honor to extend a warm welcome to all of you again to the second session of this symposium. And we would be starting the third session today, and I would be inviting the speakers on the dais, Dr. Tsukasa, Dr. Ryoto, and Dr. Syoko Kanda, and to chair I would request Professor Nikhilesh Kua to kindly come on the dais. I would request Professor Adappa Satyanarayan to kindly come and start the session.
Good morning to you all. It is quite encouraging for us to have been part of this wonderful symposium. The first day proceedings went on quite satisfactorily, we thought. And more importantly, the unique feature of this symposium I found was the deep interaction between the paper presenters and the participants. And this interaction has, in fact, led to certain clarifications, perhaps also led to some more doubts and so on. And the themes are also so exciting. Unlike the conventional themes, the paper presenters have brought in new dimensions. And today also we are looking forward to very fruitful academic interaction. And we have three distinguished panelists who are experts in their fields, and I hope today's session will also be on the lines that we had it yesterday. So with these few remarks, I request the chairperson, sir, to conduct the proceedings.
This is the second and concluding day of our present ICHR JSPS joint collaborative seminar on economic developments. We have here three distinguished speakers, two from the same university. I can see Professor Tsukasa Mizushima, professor at the University of Tokyo, and Dr. Ryoto Shimada, associate professor at the same university, and Dr. Sayoko Kanda, professor at the Keio University. I hope, sir, I pronounce your names correctly. Thank you. Well, on behalf of all of us again, good morning, hearty welcome to you. And without wasting any further time, we shall enter the discussions straight away. How shall the time allocation be? 25 minutes for each speaker?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir, and 10 minutes for this.
That's fine, thank you. So, to start the deliberations today, Professor Mizushima, please. Name of his topic that I will be speaking on: GIS-based analysis of demographic and social change in South India during the colonial period.
Okay, thank you. The participants here are quite well known to me, and so I don't need any self-introduction about it. But today I'm going to talk. My basic conclusion is how difficult to describe historical processes in India in the modern period. So, but by picking up very particular area and some period, mostly covering from 18th century and 19th century and part of 20th century. Okay, and as you may know that there are two contrasting interpretations of colonial impact. say it was used to be called like a Cambridgian school or Indian nationalist, say historian, something like that. But so I don't go into the details, but many things are still quite unclear. Okay, and the difference of the argument can be partly due to the regional differences, but very often it is based on poor empirical investigation at the village and individual level. Just think about whose names can you recollect in your mind at the beginning of the 19th century? How many villagers' names can you count, can you tell? Because there are no record. No record. Okay? So this lack of information on people is quite sort of basic feature when we historians tackle with Indian history. Because for instance in Japan, we have a great amount of information, especially from 1860s, when the registration system became legalized, and I can trace my ancestors in the past 150 years quite easily. But can you do that?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, some of you,
Yeah.
yes. Especially Brahmin, but can you tell? All the Indian people can do that? No, never. No,
Three, four
never.
generations will be common. 3-4 generations will be common. I think most people will know that.
Yeah, some people, yes, some people. But I studied in Indian village for 8 months, first time 4 months, second time 8 months. I did all the interviews, trying to build up genealogies with, say, around, I don't remember, around 400 families or so, covering entire villages. And how many families could tell me about their great ancestors there? No, you can tell, yes, I can tell my great grandfather, but probably you are the exception. What I'm talking is not about the elite. I'm talking about the people, okay, the bottom of the society. Because yesterday we talked a lot, okay? We historians should deal with the daily lives, ordinary people, and for that we need information, okay? And today I will show some of the very important sources which cover actually entire area where the dietary system was enforced. Okay? That may be around 1/3 of the entire India. Just forget about Zamindari area. Just think if a couple of us, maybe all of us, went to Europe, which was conquered by India, and all of us were told just to administer, just to rule that area. What is your choice? Okay? The easiest way is to ask the kings of every state to do it instead of yourself going to the village. Okay? So Zamindar system is something like that, very labor saving. But later it created so many problems. But the riotary system, it went to the bottom of the society, to every landlord, and they created very detailed information about the people. Okay? And the sources which I'm going to utilize is those records. Okay? So let's see just the demographic changes about during the pre-census period. Yesterday, with Wakimura, they discussed about the demographic changes in the census period, which studied some area from early 1870s, some area from 1880s. Okay, so we know basically the population changes after 1870s, okay? And we have no record at all in the pre-census period. Some people, some historians, utilize Ainyak Valley, okay, end of 16th century or the beginning of 17th century, okay, Ainyak Valley. So but it doesn't have any information about his population. Okay? Tomorrow I'm going to meet Shurin Musubi and Irfan Habib in another meeting. Okay? So I will discuss something about the demographic changes. But still, so far as pre-census period is concerned, it's a black box. It's in the black box. No one knows. Okay. So what we usually say, understand is that there was a slow increase until 1921. Then from there, a sort of population explosion started. This is our usual way of understanding. But whether it is true or not, no one knows. Because from 1800, there was a great decrease due to the famine and other things. And then gradually stable, then all of a sudden, huge increase. Or there was a great increase to the 1870s. Then a rather stable due to probably epidemics, influenza, great famines, okay, or malaria, or those things, okay. Then it started. No one knows. So we can call, not me, myself, like Guha, he mentioned it's not estimate, it's a guesstimate, okay? It's just a guess. Because we don't have any concrete language, as I mentioned. Maybe 20% of you can tell us how many ancestors you had in the early 19th century, but no, 90% cannot tell you. Okay? So the area which I covered has some record in the village level, and amazingly, it shows great increase of the population. Sometimes the population started increase from 244,000 to 941. That is almost 4 times big increase. It is unimaginable. Okay, but this is JSPS studies. This area is the area which is now it is split into 3 districts, but it was used to be Chingluput area. The central portion is Madras. So it has around 2,000 villages. And by utilizing GIS, one by one, I compared the population. Okay. Then, apparently, there was a great increase. Okay. This one shows histogram of population density between 1801 and 1871. And apparently, this is 1801, this is 1871. The big mountain here, around here, but so far as the beginning of the 19th century is confirmed, the population is very, very small, very scarce. Okay? And this is the population density between 1801 and 1870. I don't have to explain, just see the map. Okay? And this population increase is accompanied by the great increase of cultivated land. This also I did one by one, 2,000 villages. Okay? So the problem is I don't have reliable record on population before 1800, because in South India we had 4 Carnatic wars, Mysore wars, okay? 3 Mysore wars and 4 Mysore wars in the 18th century. And I have another record called the Barnard record, which also covers the same area, 2,000 villages. And the population density between 1770s and 1801 apparently decreased. So it is not such a simple way of saying, simple increase, simple decrease, not something like probably going up and down, anyhow. So we need more studies. And say some of the records in the contemporary period, this one I got this summer, last summer in London about the deserted state of villages. It says almost 95% of the villages totally lost their population because they ran away. That occurred in the 1779 or something, okay? 1781. But no one knows what occurred after that, 20 years they might have coming back or not. No one knows. But still, we have some record. And I got some records comparing the difference in the different parts of South India in the last summer, but this time I had no time to analyze it. But anyhow, still we can see between 1870 and 1801, there's an increase of cultivated insects. Cultivation expanded. That is quite true. People might have left, maybe temporarily, and then came back. So it can be something like this, something like this. Okay? But what we historians have to look into the evidences and what we have to have in mind, okay, is that without reliable information, we shouldn't come to the easy conclusion. Then, but one of the possibility which is related with yesterday's Wakimura-san's talk is that this rather slow increase of population could be the result of rapid population increase between 1800 to 1871 and rapid, or rather I can say, over-exploitation of agricultural resources with huge increase of population in this area. So that can be the result. So this is another assumptions that we should pursue in the nature. I'll come back to this topic later. Okay, the records which I'm going to utilize is these settlement registers. I don't want to disclose that Tamil Nadu archives now banned to utilize the settlement registers by some unknown reason. But this one, I got it when I did village studies in South India during 1970s. I have been working on India in the past 45 years. Since I was 18 years old, I have been working with India. So during 1970s, I got this one. Whole sets of settlement registers of Lalugdi area, three sets, 1864, 1894, and 1924. Okay? And this one, for instance, 1864 had around 87,000 land roads. Then later something like this. And this one shows for every land road, landholder's name is written. Okay? So, in a way, I wasted many years of my life just inputting information from a huge amount of information here, but this is the only reliable information. Though the information is confined with landholders only, we don't have any information about the landless people. But still, it's okay. Still, it's okay. At least it's okay. Okay? So by utilizing this, we can know the landholder instructions of every village. Analysis of landholder names can get us great information about caste structure, village structure, many things. So just think about what happened by the introduction of the life system. Okay. Then the areas here. I cover Madras is here, Ponnelis is here, Lalugdi is somewhere here, Lalugdi is somewhere here, okay? And I will use, so GIS probably you may know, but this one is produced, this is a GIS based map by GAD and NJ. Both belong to the United States, okay? They spend a lot of money, but this is a system which I utilize by getting the fund from JSPS. Huge amount. I could have bought 20 Mercedes by constructing this one.
You're sending a team from India.
And this system covers entire India. It has 1 million place names with all the coordinates, latitude, longitude. Okay? The Google map you might have been using. Okay, but it has only 0.5 million. This one, 1 million. it has all the hamlets name with all the coordinates. Okay, so you can also download it freely from my site. I can't get any profit from that, but you do it, okay?
Nice.
So this is a site. Probably whenever you go to villages, this one would greatly help. Okay? This one greatly help because I got some collaboration with the British Library in the office library, map sections. Okay? I got those maps also. And they are seriously thinking that because many British came to India for military service and other things, and they want to know what their ancestors were based in India. They have some place name, but they don't know where it is. If it is in the administrative village, it's okay. Census village is okay, but many of the villages are natural hamlets without any coordinates. Okay? So this area, Ponnell area has two contrast areas. This is barren area. This is very, very rich area. I mean, with water tank and other things. Okay, so there are two contrast areas, and probably you may know that Kanyachikaran or Mirasidaros are those village magnates who control